Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 58 in the book of Genesis. We're going to start in Genesis chapter 9 today. And I'm going to call this Relentless Rescue. I'm thinking about this concept of God pursuing Adam and Eve and now pursuing Noah and pursuing his family. So the context of the passage we're going to read in chapter 9 is that we're off the ark with Noah and 7 of his relatives, which is to say 7 of our relatives. So all of us come from this stock. So this is a family story. This is your family. This is my family that we're talking about here. So Noah gets off the ark. He builds an altar, and he pleases God despite this fact. So God receives the aroma of the altar. It pleases him. And then he says, I'm receiving this and being pleased despite the intention of man's heart being evil. So fortunately, this whole story and the whole Bible has to do more with the character of God than the character of man. So God steps in again and commits himself to man like he did with Adam and Eve. He didn't have to. When he walked in the cool of the garden that day, he could have just kept on walking and abandoned humanity. So God knew of the fall and knew of the betrayal and chose to pursue. He found the hiding Adam, and he continues a relationship with Adam and with Eve. So despite the bad stuff, here it's called evil, he chooses a relationship with men and women. Here it is from chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to him, so not just a continuing relationship, a blessing relationship. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. And for your lifeblood, I will require a reckoning. From every beast, I will require it, and from man. From his fellow man, I will require a reckoning for the life of man. Verse 6, whoever sheds the blood of man, by man his blood shall be shed. For God made man in his image. And you, this is the second time he says this now, be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. So after Noah gets off the ark, God chooses to continue a relationship with him. We can't, it's part of this relentless rescue. It's a part of the whole picture of the Bible. And he says, be fruitful and multiply. He tells him that twice. So ever since the fall, ever since Adam and Eve's sin, you have to get to the rescue, which is the big ark, A-R-C, of the Bible. And you got to get to Noah, which is the big ark, A-R-K, that is the boat of the Bible. Because you got to get to Abraham, and you got to get to Israel, and you got to get to the Savior, and you got to get to the cross. So he gives him some instructions as life is going on here, and he says, and this is all part of the blessing. I'm giving you this life. I give you all the animals and bird and creepy things. I'm going to give them some dread of you. That's kind of where hunting comes in, but they're going to be food for you. Anything that moves is for you. I'm restoring all the blessings that you had before. I'm giving you everything. Now, I'm not giving you everything in every way. He says, don't eat flesh with the blood, because that's disrespectful to this concept that I'm, again, trying to teach you. I tried to teach you it with Cain and Abel. Have respect for the blood of animals, because it's going to teach us about the blood of Christ. And here, another little mini lessons is don't eat animals with their blood still in it. So have respect the life that God gave them, and be sovereign of the world and its contents. I'm going to give you sovereignty over all the life of animals. And then I'm going to emphasize the life of man is special. So be a life keeper and you have to give a reckoning for the life of man. So for those who steal this precious lifeblood, in other words, kill, murder other men, their life has to be required. It's the answer for the precious life that you didn't put there, but you took it away. So it's not to say that society cannot punish by taking a life. It is to say that society must punish by taking a life when life is taken away. And in doing so, it shows respect for the life the God-given breath of life, the image-bearingness of man that had been snuffed out. All right, so I want to land on this point today. The relentless rescuing just struck me. The covenantal pursuit of God. And I was thinking about us as mankind. So what if you or me have not been perfectly faithful? What if we have not been perfectly faithful? In fact, parentheses, I don't know anyone who is. And I'm not saying that as an excuse, just go ahead and do anything you want to do. No, you probably can do better. But if you have not been perfectly faithful to God, does that mean that your chances with him are over? And if so, that would mean there would be no believers on the planet. There would be no family of God. So are you feeling like you maybe have let God down? Or maybe that you want to hide like Adam and Eve did? Perhaps you're disgusted with your sin. These are all, good things. Maybe do you ever wonder, how can God even stand me? And if you cannot fathom how good God still walks with humanity, though we are more like covenant breakers, the good news is he is a covenant keeper. So this is the relentless rescuing of the God that we're seeing here now. Did it with Adam and Eve. Now he's doing it with Noah. It's this persistent intent on God's part, despite man's evil, despite man's sin, to stay in relationship with us. It's kind of mind blowing. In the previous chapter in 8:21, it says, "Never again I will curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil." So the point is that he's relentlessly pursuing us while also understanding our fallenness and our evilness. So the beauty of this particular section is he gets off the boat, and what does he hear? He hears the voice of God. And what is that voice? It's a voice of blessing. This is a privilege that only belongs to man and women, not to animals, not to angels. He's saying to man, hey, go be married, go be fruitful, be sovereign, be a family, and most importantly, I think, be mine, be in my family. Like I did with Adam and Eve, I have come to rescue you, and I have come to offer you relationship. So let's receive the relentless rescuing of God. Thanks for listening.